Hey there, my name is John Siskovich, and I got some questions in on my website, and I wrote them down on a piece of paper, and I came down here to record some answers for you guys. Here, we're far into this week. We just had a question from Gabe Elton yesterday about whether pigs or chickens are more profitable. Today, we're going to talk about what the market could bear, whether there's market saturation for pastured poultry, and if there is, what you can do about it. If there isn't, like, how do you tell if that's a good way to go? So today we're gonna go to Travis Gordon. He's gonna start us off with a little bit of a success story for me. This is a little ego stroking to make my head a little bit bigger. And then we're gonna go to his question and discuss it a little bit. Hi, John. First off, I love following your journey on YouTube. Thank you. It is a journey. I'm not there yet. You were my gateway drug, if you will, into learning more about farming. So much so that my family and I are now planning to move to some acreage and begin farming. That's a win. That's awesome. You just got to do it smart. And I like that he's asking business questions right out of the gate. Not how to raise chickens, but how to sell them. And if he can sell enough to make this whole thing work. So his question, I had a quick question. At what point is a pastured poultry market too saturated to add another farm? Is this something that shouldn't be too big of a concern because the market is that big? Theoretically, the more knowledge that a consumer has, the market gets bigger. I believe in that. It's true. I just wanted to get your opinion on this before we continue down our current thought process. Thank you very much, Travis Gordon. So, Travis, this is a great question. Can the pastured poultry market become too saturated? And the answer is no, not a chance. And I'll tell you why. There are 22 million chickens consumed every day, and I think it's just the United States. There are 5.2 billion chickens on the earth right now. There are more chickens than any number of bird species anywhere. Chickens are it. They're 70% of the protein consumed around the world is chicken. And if you think it's crazy that I've been memorizing all these chicken facts, I talk about chickens on YouTube a lot. I'm also fascinated by chickens, and I watch a lot of documentaries, and I think this stuff is just the bee's knees. It is a passion of mine. It's weird. I'm thinking about getting a tattoo. Don't tell my wife. But yeah, chickens. A lot of chickens. I've been giving out chicken information since 2012, 2013 here. I wrote my first book in 2013. It's now 2019. I give away all my secrets, all the business information, everything you could ever want to know from me about broilers. I share very freely, both through my books and my YouTube channel and the podcast. So, am I worried about somebody coming in and sweeping up or being in competition and sweeping up my customers nearby? No. One, because it's still really difficult to do. So there's not a lot of people in my area that do this. But also, I'm one person and I raise an average of 1,000 to 2,000 broilers a year. There are 30,000 people in the town right next to me. And not all of them are gonna buy chicken, but that is a lot of people. And that doesn't include all the surrounding towns that want something that I have to offer. Now, it is up to me to figure out if my market can support the prices that I want for the way that I have to raise them, and that's another video's conversation. But we're talking about competition right now. You would need a lot of chicken producers to have a really saturated market. Now, where you run into problems or hurdles here, and this is something I've run to in the past, is that in farmers market, if they have a chicken guy and he's friends with the farmers market manager, they're not going to let you in because who needs two chicken guys? That's going to dilute the market. They'll have 5 freaking vegetable vendors, but you have 2 people raising chickens, and all of a sudden you can't have another freaking chicken person at the farmers market, and that makes me have no love for certain farmers markets. So that is a market saturation point where you're going to have to find a way to creatively market your birds outside of that farmer's market, but it is totally possible. I got CSA customers from a number of different places aside from a farmer's market, and I wasn't even allowed at the farmer's market the first year that I was in operation, and I sold all 1,300 of my birds that I processed on farm that year. Competition is good. It pushes you to outmarket, outcompete your neighbor. Now, if you do it in a shady way, then I have no love for you. If you do it in a way that if someone's working hard and their business is on the up and up and they're hiring people and they're growing their company and they're producing chickens and you do something that steps on them, then there's a special place in hell for you. because we're all in this together. There are 22 million chickens a day. The American Pasture Poultry Producers Conference was in Texas, and I think together everybody at that conference produces about 1.5 million chickens a year. My numbers may be off, but you can become an APA member and get all this information more than I could possibly provide to you, and you'll get a more accurate number. But 1.5 million versus 22 million a day, there's enough room in the market for producers like us who are providing an alternative for people who want protein that was raised in a healthy and responsible way, that there's plenty of room to grow. Can it be too saturated? Yes, in certain little avenues, but then you have to expand what your marketing choices are and where you're gonna sell your chickens. Can it get too saturated overall? I don't think so at all. We eat a lot of chicken as a people, as a just general populace, and it's just up to us. The more people who know about pasture-raised poultry, the more people who experience it, the more customers who can come in contact with it, the better we all are. So it takes us all telling our story. It takes people like you joining APA, the Pasture Poultry Producers Association of America, American Pasture Poultry Producers, APA, getting on there, because they're creating marketing materials. They have a wealth of scientific knowledge about how to raise birds and then how to utilize the benefits of raising them on pasture to then market to your customers. All that is part of APA. I didn't even, at the beginning of this video recording, intend to plug APA, but that's just kind of where all the roads lead back to APA, all the chicken farmers. So that's what I have to say. I'm gonna wrap up this video because now I'm rambling on. I hope it was helpful. If you have any more thoughts, concerns, please feel free to write in and follow up. And for everybody else, enjoy your day. I have, I think, one more episode to record tonight, and then I can go to sleep. Chad Fleck is on next, and Chad Fleck is gonna ask about selling in parts. So we're gonna not only sell a whole chicken, but we're gonna cut it up into parts. How do we determine the price? And then how do we market and sell that to people? We're gonna go over that tomorrow's episode. Subscribe to the channel, and if nothing else, enjoy your evening. And until next time, I will see you out in the field.